So a good friend of mine was the executive director, Terrell Curtis, who really moved the project at that point in time in a different direction. And I knew her and suggested that I would like to be a board member. And so we introduced these guys. I was on the board for 7 years and then stepped down, and Sue came the year after I was on.
Size, it seems like you can actually make a difference.
Yeah.
I think that's for
You have
sure.
an impact on the people and what's going on. And I think, that size also, it's kind of the fact that you're there, I think, means something to the people who are in your clients at the Delores Project.
You also know that your dollars aren't, if you're giving money or time, that they aren't being sucked into heavy administrative costs or, really direct impact to our community. Food,
Yeah.
food, money, time, board membership.
But I think,
Christmas trees.
Christmas trees, Christmas brunch. I think as a family, we've really, it's a way of bringing us all together.
Yeah.
That we've really, I think, actually enjoyed being able to come together to provide a dinner and do that. And I think everybody that we've done that with really, I don't know, they get hooked.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's about community. It's
Absolutely.
about the community that you can bring together to the Delores Project, and it's about the community that the Delores Project serves. I do think, too, that it's a place that you can learn that none of us are that far away from hardship, whatever it is. It's easy to say that will never happen to me. And we're lucky enough it probably will never happen to us, but it doesn't mean that we haven't had people in our lives who struggled.
Well, I know that, for example, when we do a meal over at Delores, we always try and reserve a part of that time to actually sit and talk to sit down and share a meal with them, so that you're getting a sense for, how is this working for you, and we care.
I think the other thing is the mission or the understanding of Delores, and that they are guests, and that we are helping take care of people like we're guests, and that we all get to participate in that community. For me, really is impactful. I feel like in so much of particularly homelessness, those people shouldn't be homeless, they should get a job, blah, blah, blah. I think what you get to learn if you participate in Delores is that it isn't that simple, and that those words are not helpful, and they don't create community.
Do you remember the year we made Santa Clauses out of
Yeah.
strawberries?
Yeah.
I mean, we did it again. I think this year the girls tried to, but it was hilarious because we did have our kids with us, and they were making strawberry Santas using whipped cream and cutting strawberries. But some of the guests were just like, I can't eat that. Yeah, it was that year that the new shelter and PSH was opening in the workforce housing. That, boy, that was a tough year. Like, what an amazing job staff did, and the guests in being flexible and adjusting to each new place that they were staying. And what a relief to be in the new building. Oh my goodness.
It was even a transition from the very beginning of, kind of making do with whatever you had.
Yeah.
And so with the new building, it's not that way anymore.
Right. It's much
Yeah.
this level of space.
But everything was making do, from the guests to the people who are working with them, supporting them, either directly working with them or from the outside. That people, they really do care. They, there's this idea that this can get better if we all work together.
I wish there were 10 Delores projects around the city,
Yeah.
dispersed where they needed to be. They would resolve homelessness.
Yeah.
Just that people can get up in the morning and deal with their lives and not worry about walking out and finding another place in the next 8 hours or 10 hours or whatever it is, and that there's reasonable food and a community
Food
that
is
cares.
great.
I know. I know, it's awesome. And that there's a community that cares about them. I mean, how impactful is that? You know, we get to get up in our beds every day and feel warm and loved and have kindness. And I'll never forget my mom saying when I had my first child, it'll be okay if they know they're loved. They'll be just fine. And I think that's the deal, right? If you know you're going to be okay and that there's somebody who's going to take care of you and pick you up when you fall down, and it just changes the outcome that you can have.